Good morning and welcome to another episode of TNTV. I'm your host Billy, coach of the Nottingham Forest Curse, and as you can see we are here for a draft analysis video. This is for the ICP. This is going to be a Wi-Fi draft league and it's going to be a low tier draft league. Now the reason we're doing this, even though Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is just around the corner, is because we wanted to give BDSP a bit of time to form a bit of a metagame. So we thought, right, let's do a low tier season just for a bit of fun. And I'm very excited for it. I love low tier. I think it gives some Pokemon a fantastic chance to shine. Some Pokemon you just don't really get to see do that much in regular Wi-Fi leagues or draft leagues, so cannot wait for this. Now then, what I'll let you know about the league is it is a 8-week season. The top 8 teams make playoffs. I think there's 12 teams in total and top 8 make playoffs. That looks pretty good for everyone's chances, really. Everyone has a very good shot at making playoffs. The upload for this league will be on Sundays. Now to get into the team, or the draft, sorry, what I want to say first of all is I wanted Heracross. As you can see, we did get Heracross, but going into this, I was 5th pick. Who was before me? There was Shay got the first pick, who won the APA Low Tier Academy, which is what our tiering system was based off. We did make a few changes, but he did win that tournament, and he won it with the GAWD 10%, which he got again this season, and he's our week 1 opponent, so that's going to be fun. Yeah, so like I said, I wanted Heracross. I spoke to a couple people, who were before me, and they didn't have their eyes on Heracross, which I think was a mistake, because looking at all these tiers of all these Pokemon in this draft, there's probably 3 Pokemon in this draft that switch into Heracross, and I think one of them is Weezing, and we got Weezing, so tick that box. That's one less switch in for Heracross. So I wanted to build an entire team around Heracross. I wanted support for Heracross, and most importantly, colour coordination with Heracross. So as you can see, we've got the nice pink Heracross, we've got a nice pink Vaporeon, pink Magmar, mixing it up with a bit of purple with the Articuno, with the Sableye, with the Weezing, with the Gigalith, which also has the blue, which also ties in nicely with the Whimsicott and the Duraladon, and then Tauros, Sandslash and Bolton are just there. They're just there, they just fit the team well, but we'll get to them. Now then, there is no switch-ins. Like I said, there's very, very, very few switch-ins in this format to Heracross, especially Guts Heracross just takes a KO every single time it comes in this format, I believe. So I wanted to build a team that got Heracross in at the right times as well. So let's have a look at that. We've got Whimsicott. What does Whimsicott do for Heracross? Whimsicott provides Prankster Defog. The only things that can block Prankster Defog are Dark types. A Dark type does not want to switch in on Whimsicott, which is a Fairy type. There's not many Fairy types in this format. Whimsicott, in my opinion, is up there with the best. Don't think it is the best. I think the best is probably Alola Ninetales, in my opinion. But as a supportive Fairy, I think Whimsicott is going to be fantastic. Not only does it provide us with Prankster Defog, it also gives us U-Turn. So likely things that might switch into Whimsicott are a Steel type. There's not many Steel types, but if they have a good Steel, they're going to switch it in on this Whimsicott. If I'm clicking U-Turn, I'm going into Heracross and taking a KO. It's dead, take it off. Next up we have Articuno. I really, really wanted to pair Articuno with Heracross. I thought these two would have a fantastic offensive pairing. You look at Articuno and you think, right, there's two typings that switch into Freezing Glare. That's Steel types, and that is Dark types. Do you know what Articuno gets? It gets U-Turn. Predicting one of them to come in, we click U-Turn, we get to Heracross, we take a KO, it's dead, take it off. Unfortunately, Articuno does not get Defog, but it does get Recovery. It's the only one of the new Gala Legendary birds that gets Recovery in Recover, so I think it's going to be fantastic with base 125 special attack in a format with not many great steals to resist. Or if they want to bring in a Psychic type and I've U-turned out into Heracross and I'm faster and I can just click a Guts Mega Horn, it's dead, take it off. Next up we have Vaporeon. Heracross doesn't like taking Fire types. We have a Vaporeon which takes Fire types for days. What do people bring in on a Vaporeon? They're Grass type. What does Vaporeon get? Flip Turn. What happens when I click Flip Turn on a Grass type? I go into Heracross, I click Megahorn, I take a KO, it's dead, take it off. Next up we have Gigalith. What doesn't Heracross like taking? Fires. It doesn't like taking Flying. What have we got? We've got a fucking Gigalith. What does Gigalith do? It takes hits for fucking days. It sets the sand, which helps chip things down in range of Heracross. It might stop things from being a 3-hit KO to a 2-hit KO, or in some cases a 2-hit KO to a 1-hit KO. Provides a Stealth Rock, which is also great for chipping things down for Heracross. Now, it's worth noting that weather boosting items are gone, so you can't. There's no Damp Rock. There's no. Is it Smooth Rock for the sand? Icy Rock for hail? Doesn't matter. We can't bring it. All we can bring is your standard Gigalith items, which are probably going to be leftovers, band, AV, a berry, maybe. I don't know. We're going to see what happens, but I think Gigalith is going to be fantastic. Next up, we have Sand Slash. Sand Slash, again, it does get Sand Rush, so whilst we can't take a full advantage of 8 turns of sand, it does give us a pretty fast Stealth Rocker, Rapid Spinner, and Spiker. So there's more hazards, so we don't have to rely on Gigalith to set the rocks. We have Sand Slash that can set rocks, it can also set the spikes, and it can Rapid Spin the hazards away for Heracross, because Heracross doesn't like taking hazards. It's not weak to Stealth Rocks, it's neutral because of our fighting type. However, when you've got a Flame Orb and potentially the sand up, we don't want to be we're going to be taking quite a bit of chip, so we don't want hazards on our field. No. Next up, we have Duraladon. So I needed a Steel type and I needed a Dragon type. Duraladon checks both those boxes. Is it a good Steel type? No, but it's a Steel type that gets rocks, which is very rare in this format. It's a Steel type that can also beat other Steel types with access to Iron Defense and Body Press. And what's its base special attack? Is it 125? 1 second, let's have a quick look. I want to say it's 125 or 120, close enough. 120 in a format with very little Steel types and a format with very little Fairy types. A base 120 special attack. Draco is going to hurt an awful lot of things. A very common item with Duraladon is the Jetpack, so if I can click Dracos, they bring in their Steel type, I get switched out. I go Heracross, I take a KO, instead take it off. Next up we have Wheezing. Wheezing for 8 points. Oh, what a steal this is. It's Levitate, so or Neutralizing Gas, which means Neutralizing Gas, we take away, it's a Toxic Spike switch in. Take away those Toxic Spikes, set up our own Toxic Spikes to chip things down for Heracross. It gets Memento, so bring in your whatever. Bring in your Psychic type. As I'm clicking Memento, I'm going to Heracross, I'm clicking Megahorn, I'm taking a KO, it's dead, take it off. Next up we have Tauros, 6 points for Tauros. I thought it was crazy. I did say before the draft, I said Tauros 6 points, I feel like it should be more, and they were like, nah, Tauros 6 points is fine. I was like, alright, I'll take that. Base 110 speed with Life Orb Sheer Force. Not a lot of Steel types take those body slams. Quite a few Rock types, but Rock types are generally quite shit. I feel like we got the best Rock type in Gigalith, so your Tauros switch-ins are going to be very limited, especially with that base 110 speed. It's not the fastest format in the world. This thing is going to be a fantastic revenge killer. It also gives us an Intimidator, which is great, and it gives us a Ghost immunity, which is always important for draft, especially even in low tier when you don't have the likes of Gengar and stuff, but you do have the likes of Poltergeist and Golurk running around. A normal type is important so they can't spam those moves. Next up we have Bolton. Bolton was what, 8 points, so quite expensive I think for a Bolton, but it gives us a base 121 speed, which I think is good, really good actually. I never like just settling on base 115, 16 around the area. I think if you can get above base 120, it's a very good position to be in. This thing also gets competitive, so just like Vertigo, somebody wants to come and bring in their Intimidator and I'm special, then they're not going to appreciate it. It also gets Volt Switch. It doesn't get U-turn, but it does get Volt Switch. And with the strong durability as well, it just hits hard. It actually hits harder than it looks. I mean, it's only base 90 attack, but it gets really good Fang coverage. So you get obviously your Thunder Fangs, Psychic Fangs, Crunch. I know there's more like Fire Fang. It gets all those, and for base 121 speed, I'll take it. Next up we have Sableye. There weren't many good Dark types in this format, so I know my Dark type doesn't resist Dark type, but and my Dark type doesn't resist Ghost, but it's still a Sableye. Prankster Willows are great. It gets knockoff, removing items if I can remove a scarf. And then Heracross can just sweep endgame, or Bolton can sweep endgame, or Articuno can sweep endgame. No matter what, it looks fantastic. You know, I think Sableye will be kind of a, what's the word? A sleeper pick. I think it'll be a sleeper pick. There's definitely some sets with Sableye you can run that will, if they don't bring the right team, will just sweep them. So look forward to giving Sableye a go. And then finally, last but not least, we have the beautiful Magmar. It's a fire type, which kind of needed. Flame Body, which means U-turn isn't as free against me, because if they take, you know, you're risking a Flame Body burn there. It has actually pretty decent stats. I mean, HP and defense are shite, but it's physical attack at 95, special attack 100, 85 special defense, and 93 speed. So that's the big thing. Because it can evolve, obviously it can run an Eviolite, makes it a very good Eviolite user. It really helps out with that weak defense, and gives it a pretty good Spadef set actually after that. It's got a good speed tier, and with you can't sleep on it. You can't sleep on it. If you don't prep for a sub belly drum salad berry Magma, it will sweep you. So that is it. That is the draft. Like I said, uploads will be Sundays. So this is obviously going up this Sunday. Week 1 will be the following Sunday, as I've already said. That will be up against Shay Quasar, the winner of the last format like this. So with he's also got the same doggo that he had to win that format, so that's going to be a fun game. So make sure to like and subscribe and keep an eye on that, because this is going to be a very fun season, and I want to make playoffs. I think with 12 teams and top 8 game playoffs, I think there's a good chance I will make it. I think this team has the potential to make playoffs. Now, the last 2 seasons I've been in, I've made playoffs. I've made it to the first round and gotten out in the first round. So this season, I want to at least make it to the semi-finals. But the main goal for this is, I kind of thought Heracross was borderline being banned for this, and my main goal is to show them why it should have been banned. So we shall see. Anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. Like I said, hope you enjoyed. Please leave a subscribe if you do. Oh, actually, I'm going to start doing some question of the days as well. I'm going to do 2 for this one. First question of the day: who is your favourite member of our draft this season? And second one, sorry, that's my phone going off. And then second question of the day is: how many freezers do you think we're going to get with Galarian Articuno's Freezing Glare? I think we're going to get, I'm going to say 4. I think 4 is a good number. I'm going to go for 4. Let me know if you think it's going to be less or more. But yeah, with that, I'm going. I will see you next week in week 1. Take care. Cheerio. Bye-bye.